Oh, they are comedians. Hi, I'm Fara and this is the Community Voice. In the studio today, we have U.S. Century Bank. I welcome you, as well as branches. So Rick Alfonso, who is the Senior Vice President and Director of Specialty Products with U.S. Century Bank, as well as from branches, Isabelle Pike. She is the Senior Vice President of Development for the foundation since 2008. That's a while. You guys are like dinosaurs like me. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Our pleasure. Thank you for having us. I don't know, Isabelle, if you want to go first, but anyway, we're from U.S. Century Bank. We're very happy to be here. We are a community bank located within Dade County, headquartered out of Doral, and we have been with branches, helping branches. Probably now, I've been on the board for 8 years.
That's right.
But prior to that, have been involved in seeing what branches does probably for 2 or 3 years before that. Incredible organization that helps the kids and communities within our underserved areas, and we need more of them. So
absolutely,
it's nice to have them.
So it's so nice that you're getting behind them, and that's so wonderful. Tell me about branches. Tell me about you, Isabelle.
Sure. Well, Branches is really an incredible organization, and I've had the blessing to serve at Branches for almost 15 years now. And Branches is a local nonprofit. We really just serve Miami-Dade County residents. And, you know, to sum it up, Branches is really all about providing life-changing opportunities to hardworking families and their children to help them break the cycle of poverty. And I think really what sets Branches apart is that we don't just focus on the children or the youth or families or adults. We provide truly long-term, holistic, two-generational programming to families and their children.
And how does it work? Walk me through a family that might come to you for help and how they reach you. How does that connection happen?
So it's a big county, but Branches has 3 main locations. So our main office is in North Miami. It's called Branches Lakeview. Then we have Branches South Miami and Branches Florida City, which I always say is kind of our flagship site. We've been down there the longest, serving that Florida City community for 30 years now, which is incredible. So
that's wonderful.
Branches as an organization, we actually just celebrated 50 years last year, so we're very, very proud of that.
Kudos to you.
Thank you. But we have 3 main program areas. So there's Grow, Climb, and Achieve. So our Grow program serves elementary students, and our kids come to us after school. And it's really, you know, a warm, loving environment for them.
Is this done through the school system?
So no. So we are a local nonprofit, and we depend on lots of different funders and donors, of course, including U.S. Century Bank. But we have one main elementary school that we partner with at each of our sites, but we really serve neighborhoods. So all 3 of our sites are deep within neighborhoods, and our kids can technically walk home. But
so they come to you after school? Is it coming a weekend? And
so every day after school. So our kids come to us. Our little ones, you know, arrive around 2 p.m. And then again, they start with snack. Our kids are always hungry. They get help with homework.
But that's a reason enough to come to Branches, just for that snack, right?
Yeah, and our kids want to be there. Yeah. You know, they really want to be there, and their parents want them there. So our little ones come there, come right after school, and again, snack, homework, enrichment, playtime. And it's helping them, you know, really develop a love for learning and making sure that they're reading at grade level, because they need to be able to read really well so that they can ultimately read to learn. And then our Climb program serves middle and high school students. So they also come to us after school, usually later in the day though, and they stay longer. And we help them become better students. Again, lots of, you know, big focus on academics, but also helping them become better people. So life skills. We talk about post-secondary opportunities very early on, so that, you know, 100% of our kids graduate from high school.
Wow.
And about 90% go on to pursue something post-secondary. Most of them go to college. We serve about 500 children and youth every day at all 3 of our sites, and we have 47 kids in college right now. So all first generation.
So the funding that happens for this, is it free to the community?
It is. It is, because again, we have so many generous donors and funders, in particular Trish and Dan Bell, who've been very generous. But again, you know, United Way of Miami, the Children's Trust, the Miami Foundation, the Bachelor Foundation, I can go on and on. And our banks have been incredible partners, especially U.S. Century Bank, because yes, we serve the children, but we also serve their families. And we serve the entire community as well through our Achieve programs. And our Achieve programs focused on financial wellness. That's everything financial.
And how does that marriage or that connection or collaboration with U.S. Century play out?
Sure.
Well, I think that first, I would encourage anyone to go visit any one of these 3 campuses. I think that once you see what Isabelle and the team, Kim, and what the team does at Branches with these children, you will be touched forever. These kids unfortunately live in areas that most of us don't know what it's like to live in those areas.
So it's underserved.
Yes. And you go there and you always see a smile, and you always see someone that's happy and lots of love being given to them, and that they're there to be better and to achieve more in their lives. From our perspective, we're also trying to serve the family, right? They have a program called Micro Business, which helps these families start their own businesses, get things off the ground. And that's, as a community bank, that's where we see our strength, not only with the children, which is really the key, but with their families. Because if we can help their families at the same time, then we're kind of helping not only that little group, but we're helping the community itself.
And U.S. Century Bank has been partnered with them for Branches for how long?
We have been partnered with them for 8 years.
And what is the most rewarding time for you that you've experienced while being in this partnership collaboration personally?
I would say it's really being on the campuses and spending time with the kids, whether they're little ones or whether they're the high school kids getting ready to go off to college. Because even the college kids or the kids that are ready to go to college, they are just sponges trying to ask you questions on what life is like. And the little ones just are so happy that you're there to talk to them
and get snack.
Yeah. So really, it's being there. It's being in their areas. And you should talk about the new ones, the new campus that's being built too, right? Because that's a huge achievement.
Let's talk about the new campus.
Still a little bit on the down low, but that's okay. I can talk about it.
Yeah.
If you don't want to talk about that, that's okay too.
No, absolutely. So it's not fully public yet, but I guess it is now.
It is now.
So we're very excited that we will be launching a 4th Branches site in Miami-Dade County, and it will be Branches Allapattah. And
Wonderful.
we'll be able to provide all of our services at that site as well. So our Grow, Climb, and Achieve programs. So we'll be able to, again, serve children and youth as well as their families through our financial wellness services, which include personal one-on-one financial coaching. Branches leads the VITA free tax prep program here in Dade County. And then, of course, our incredible micro business program, which is the official name is the Micro Business Incubator eLab and B1. And I can talk more about that. But we are going to have our micro business program hub at Branches Allapattah. So.
Well, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
How many kids are involved with this, young adults?
So about 500.
And how many staff members or?
We're at about 50 staff, plus we have about 18 AmeriCorps members that serve alongside our staff as well.
Wow.
So, yeah, and AmeriCorps, it's been a wonderful program.
And what differentiates this versus other, I don't know, charities, foundations, from what do they do differently than the rest of the gang?
Again, I would say that, we really provide 2-generational programming for families. That's our focus, and that's who we serve. We serve families. So again, you can invest all this time, money, and effort into a child, but if they're going home to chaos and instability and, often finances, right, people are struggling. So we're able to address families' financial needs and challenges through our financial coaching program and, of course, through our micro business program. Because when you think about it, again, I think 80% of the businesses in Dade County are small businesses, but what is a micro business doing, right? They're supporting a family. They're trying to put food on the table. And I think, our program here at Branches, thanks to U.S. Century, has done a phenomenal job supporting entrepreneurs and making sure that their businesses can grow and thrive.
What other?
If I may, one of the things that's also successful here is, and when you visit, what's always touching to me is that you see young adults that have graduated or have left Branches, have moved on in their lives, but they always come back and volunteer to help the younger ones.
They do.
And they wouldn't do that if they didn't think Branches was a great place for them and added benefit to them. And I think that's something unique that a lot of other organizations don't have.
Is this why U.S. Century Bank stepped in?
I think we stepped in because you really see how they touch these lives. I mean, if you look at their Thanksgiving program, if you look at their Christmas program, backpack program, I mean, if you look at those things, and U.S. Century Bank has worked to help in all of those areas, you just see how they touch these children, and when you see the parents, and you see the parents happy also, then you really know you're touching the entire family.
That's what it's all about, is keeping a family together and keeping them all as one happy unit.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's pivot a little bit. Let's talk about the partnership with the bank, and when did you decide to partner? You said 8 years ago. And
8 years ago, I was voted onto the board, having volunteered probably for 3 years before that, doing other things. Then they asked me to be on the board. At that time, we were very fortunate that the bank is very supportive of its employees and of its team members, and is actively looking at being part of the community. We're here, so we want to make sure that we are helping our fellow neighbors, whether it's through banking or whether it's through philanthropy and helping.
And you do a magnificent job, because you're involved in so many other organizations and that you're supporting through U.S. Century, and the kudos to all that you do for the community, because without the backing of someone bigger and mightier than us, then we couldn't exist. So, and I see that with branches, and it's phenomenal work that the bank does in support of its partners.
So we're here to support them, and we'll hopefully continue to do that.
Let's talk about the microbusiness incubation.
Okay.
Sure.
Talk about it.
So, again, I'm kind of bragging on behalf of Steve Armand. He's the director of our microbusiness program, and he's been with us a little over 2 years. So our microbusiness program was actually founded by our incredible CEO, Brent McLaughlin, over 20 years ago, and that really began the work in the economic development area for branches many years ago. But Steve has really taken the microbusiness program to the next level. And he's a visionary, he's very creative, and he really cares about entrepreneurs. So currently, Steve, as well as Louis Sumler, those are our two leads, our business mentors, they're currently serving about 240 microbusinesses throughout Miami-Dade County, and really helping them, again, grow and thrive. But, some of the businesses come to us with an idea. So we help them write a business plan. Some of them might have a business plan, but they don't have a marketing strategy. They might not have a subscription to Canva or QuickBooks. So then we, make sure that they get that, and then we also teach them how to use that. We also provide most of our entrepreneurs with a laptop. Many of them are just using their phone, and that's too much of a struggle. So, they really deserve and need a laptop. So we provide them, again, digital devices so that they can be better at their job. And Steve has really focused on digital transformation. That's what he's focused on for these businesses, and it's shown incredible results.
Wonderful. And is this part of the eLab and B1 program?
So the microbusiness incubator is basically our main program, the coaching, mentoring program, and then the eLab is really focused on younger entrepreneurs, helping them launch digital businesses. So we just started that. That's a little bit newer. And then I would say something that we're all very excited about is B1. So Steve launched B1 less than a year ago, and it is really an online community for local entrepreneurs to connect and support each other, because most of the businesses we serve are solopreneurs. They are on their own. They have no network, no community, and it can be a little demotivating and a little scary, and maybe sometimes a little depressing to not feel like you have that community of support. So B1, and anyone can go visit branches, the actual site. If you go to branchesofl.org, you'll find B1. But it is just an incredible network of entrepreneurs. So if you go to branchesb1.org, you can go to the site and you can register to become part of the B1 community. So any entrepreneur can register. And then once Steve, he basically makes sure that the business is a registered business in Miami-Dade County. If you're not, he'll help you get registered. But if you're registered, then he will invite you to join the B1 app. So in the App Store, you can look up B1. And that is really, again, an incredible community for businesses to connect.
BEONE.
That is the app.
Yeah. Right.
And then the website is branches, the letter B and the number 1.org. So yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
And so you're totally reliant on the community.
Yes.
For support, for donations, for volunteerism. How do you make that happen? As I take a deep breath and you just sighed with me. Let's sigh together.
So I have to say, I work with incredible partners and funders like Rick. We have an incredible board. Again, U.S. Century Bank has been a wonderful partner, but development is tough. And I think anyone, who's in development listening to this, they would agree. Fundraising is hard, but I love Branches and I love our programs and the way we serve people. And I think ultimately fundraising is just all about building relationships and communicating our impact. And I can do that because we are changing lives every day. Children's lives, our youth, our families, helping people start a business or expand their business. So, I'm really blessed that we do have an incredible impact, and I can share that. And I think that inspires donors to give and to give more.
And if people want to get involved, it's branchesflorida.org, or they can call 305-442-8306, extension 2008. I have to put that in because otherwise you'll get routed somewhere else. God knows where you'll end up. And I want to share a story. One of your employees, or not really employees, she leads by example. Kim Torres, and she has a little soundbite for us to talk about and to see Branches in action. So maybe we can see that now, Rachel.
My name is Kim Torres. I'm Senior Vice President here at Branches. It's hard to believe, but this August, I'll be celebrating 30 years of service here at Branches. It's an incredible joy to serve here because the way Branches works is different. It's transformational. We work with children, youth, and families through two unique ways. One is through our Grow and Climb and Climb Higher program. We work with kids from 5 to 25. In our Achieve program, we work with adults, helping with one-on-one coaching, financial wellness, and microbusiness. But Branches is more than just a nonprofit, more than just a program. We are a community.
And we are back. That is great. That is wonderful. So this is the heart.
It is. And
the soul.
Kim Torres is really the heart of Branches. She has now served at Branches for 30 years this year. She's the founder of our Children and Youth program. And her entire family are just so committed to that Florida City community. And Branches Florida City has really become the go-to place in that community when anyone needs anything. So it's pretty incredible.
So what makes you get up in the morning? What excites you the most about what you do?
I have such a fun job. I mean, I get to work with so many different people, donors, funders. I love our team. We have so many fun events. I mean, events are a lot of work. I'm just blessed to love what I do every single day, and every day is different. So like being here today, this is special, or taking a donor down to Branches Florida City and giving them a tour. Right now, it's our Summer Shake Camp. So it's extra fun. The kids, are just overjoyed to be at Branches. There's no homework, but we make sure that our kids are still learning over the summer because we put in all this work to make sure that, they're reading at grade level and that they're understanding their math homework. So we're still doing math and science and reading during the summer, but we're just kind of sneaking it in there so they don't even know that they're still, learning. But Summer Shake Camp is really special. It's a 6-week long day camp. There's a field trip every week. It's camp at all 3 of our sites all day. And again, they're able to get breakfast and lunch and a snack before they go home.
It was a snack that got me every time.
Right.
Sign me up.
The food is very important. It really is.
I know for kids, it really is.
It really is. And our team works so hard because to entertain and keep these kids happy all day, every day for 6 weeks, it is a lot, but they do it. And they're just so creative. And our kids just, love coming to Branches and being there. And the parents, of course, are so thankful. So it really is, it's a special time to be at Branches over the summer. And I invite anyone to come out to Branches, to reach out to me or to email us, and they can come check out Summer Shake Camp. It's a lot of fun.
It's branchesflorida.org or 305-442-8306, extension 2008. And although we're having fun, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of money. You need donations. You need help. You need manpower. You need push. And you have that with the bank, but you also need people that want to get involved. And how can people get involved?
Absolutely. So we are, again, very lucky that we can actually use volunteers in all of our programs. So you can come during the summer and provide enrichment, but you can also work, after school at branches and serve as a volunteer and help our kids with homework, or again, enrichment, or just play with them outside.
So is it a time commitment? Is it you have to put in a certain amount of time to work with children?
Not really. I mean, for our Grow and Climb programs, it's very flexible, so you can serve as much as you want. For our Achieve programs, we are always in need of more VITA volunteers for our tax program, for the free tax prep program. And again, we're always looking for more volunteers to become certified to do taxes. The taxes are simple. And again, we lead the VITA program in Dade County, and it's been incredible. So this past tax season, we actually served over 8,000 individuals and secured nearly $9 million in refunds for them. So these are all families that.
And this is a free service for
free
those in
service.
need.
Yes.
Do they have to show their need, eligibility?
Yes. So you qualify if the household makes less than $60,000 a year. Any household making less than $60,000 a year should not be paying to get their taxes done. They qualify for VITA, and VITA we are funded by the IRS to provide VITA. It is an incredible program. So yes, definitely reach out to, again, our website, branchesfl.org, or you can email us at info@branchesfl.org. But again, the VITA program is really incredible. And then for other volunteers, you can also volunteer with our microbusiness program. So you can provide trainings depending, in a specific area, and I have that list. It's a longer list.
Of course you do.
Of course I do. But we're always looking for professionals to come train our businesses. If it's on marketing, if it's accounting. We had Marlon Hill do an incredible class. He's a local attorney on legal essentials for our businesses, right? So important. And then you can also sign up to be a mentor and really that's even more hands-on. And then you would meet with an assigned business that whatever industry you're interested in, and you would talk to that business and mentor them. We would guide you maybe once a week, every 2 weeks, and really help them grow their business alongside branches.
And you have a lot of upcoming events and initiatives. You want to share that?
Sure. So our next big event, we just survived our gala. Our Black Tie and Blue Jeans Gala was a huge success in April. But our next event is our Back to School Bash, which I hate to say it's one of my favorites, but it really is. It's a happy hour. It's super fun. It's at the Newman Alumni Center. And guests can come. It's $50 a ticket. And you basically get to stuff a backpack for one of our kids. So we stuff about 500 backpacks that night. You get a list, you go down the line, you stuff the backpack, and then you can write a note of encouragement for our kids. It's a lot of fun, and we have so many partners that host school supply drives.
Why don't you just talk about some of the partners that are helping supply those backpacks? You can name them, because I think they're worthy, and it's important work that the community is coming together to really take a village. It takes a village to raise a child.
It does.
So let's talk about those.
So we just started that actually. We have so many sponsors that help with our Back to School Bash and the supply drive, but a lot of partners are using our Amazon wish list. So the Amazon wish list, we've been doing that since COVID. So you can just go to our site and go to the Amazon wish list, and all those supplies get shipped directly to branches. And then we take all of that to UM for the Back to School Bash, and that's when
what's the date of that? When is that?
August 7th. So the Back to School Bash is Wednesday, August 7th.
She's still smiling after the gala, after this the up and coming bash, and all the work that she has to do.
So we'll have a great team, small but mighty. But yes, the Back to School Bash is August 7th, 6 p.m. It's a happy hour. There's a DJ, and we'll have local restaurants there sharing some of their goodies, including Sushi Maki. They've been a great partner, but it's going to be a really fun night. So I encourage everyone to come out, buy a ticket, and join us at the Back to School Bash.
Oh, that's wonderful. And we're done here. No. Rick, tell me any closing remarks, anything that I might have missed that you want to share with our audience about your work at the bank as well as with branches?
I mean, with branches, as a donor and as a board member, the children sell it, but the enthusiasm of the staff, Isabelle, Kim, Brett, really seal that decision of this is a place where your money is going to be used right, and it's going to help families. And that's important. I think to any donor, that's important, right? I mean, you can just write a check to anyone and say, forget it, I don't want to be there anymore, or I'm not going to be a part of it going forward. But when you look at the fellow donors, fellow board members, people have been there for 8, 10, 15 years. I mean, it's not 1 year I'm on the board and I'm off. People really get behind this organization, and it's really because of the team that's there. And I encourage everyone to kind of visit, to go see, because it is it's kind of this little diamond in the middle of nowhere that no one really knows it's there, and it's serving so many families and so many people. It's important.
Small but mighty.
Yes.
A moment that you had while working with branches that you'd like to share?
I think I've had a few of those, but really.
So I want to hear those moments, because that's the human aspect. That's the connection.
I think that when you go visit the campus, and I had this young little man come up to me, and for whatever reason, he decided that he wanted to communicate with me or talk to me, sat me down, and he was like, I don't know, 8 years old, 9 years old, and just asking me about everything. And I think that was really kind of touching to have this little person be interested in and just want to be able to talk to someone. So I mean, it's things like that that really make this place special.
Isabelle, for you, closing time with our time together, and maybe a special story that really changed or helped your trajectory into what you're doing and really solidified it for you.
So
she deep
I have so many things I could share in the last few minutes. But again, I think we're really changing lives. And that video that we showed was just a snippet of a story about Yamilet. And she grew up at Branches and had a lot of struggles, but thanks to Branches and of course her own willingness to again keep going, she has 3 little boys, husband, just graduated from college. So right, it took longer than expected, but not all journeys take 4 years or a straight line, and she's just absolutely incredible. So I encourage everyone again to go to our website and watch that video, the story of Yamilet, because it's just incredible. And even though Branches we serve about 15,000 people a year.
I was just going to ask you that.
So yes.
So a lot of people have come through the doors and that got to know what you do and how you can change their lives. And you know what I find very interesting is that sometimes you don't know. At that moment, you don't know the life that you might have changed, touched, or that conversation that little boy that came up to you and just wanted to engage you. You don't know. Like, there are mentors in my life that probably didn't even know that they were mentors. And that's exactly what Branches is providing for this underserved community.
Yeah. And I have to say, even though we serve, again, about 15,000 people a year, we can't do it without the support of the community. And I do have to give a shout out to our board of directors, of course, Rick, our board chair, Rod Bell. Everyone just works so hard to make sure that Branches is successful. And I think we've had an incredible year so far, and just look forward to more success and more impact.
And it takes a village.
It does.
And it takes heart. And both of you and the U.S. Century Bank, thank you for all you do for the community. And Isabelle, I see the enthusiasm jumping out of your eyes. And that's what it's all about. And thank you. Thank you for being here with me.
Thank you so
much. And I
much.
learned so much today as well. And again, to get more information, it's Branches
FL.
Come on.
branchesfl.org.
And the number?
305-442-8306.
Extension?
Extension 2008.
Thank you for your time with me today.
So one more thing. So
we
have a little gift for you, your very own Branches t-shirt, and your very own Branches hat. So thank you so much for having us on your show today, but thank you. Super cute.
I've arrived.
That's it.
And thank you for being here with me today.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
I'm Fara Sachs. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Have a beautiful day. And a special thank you to Julian Chang, who now has a second location in Pinecrest. Go visit his boutique for all your clothing and accessory needs.